David Volk, voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and silly one. Today's post, Trump's dangerous balls. Why Trump says his ballroom is a matter of national security, even though he can't dance to save his life. I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way I walk. I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling everything. I Can't Dance by Genesis. Only in America can a group of preservationists sue a person to keep them from tearing down a building they've already torn down. Or so it would seem now that the National Trust for Historic Preservation has sued the Trump administration to keep his ballroom project from proceeding. Not too surprisingly, they're pissed off that Dementia J tore down the east wing of the White House without getting permission, which no one would have granted anyway. Now that he's gone and done it, though, notorious PIG is saying finishing the project is a matter of national security. It would be laughable if Donnie were right, but he has a point. As always, it's not a good point, but it's still a point, and here are the reasons why. 1. It's dangerously stupid. If it isn't completed, people will eventually get around to looking at the plans and notice that they call for windows opening into doors and other design features that don't make sense. Number 2, it's dangerously incompetent. When foreign powers finally get around to flying planes and drones over the site, they'll notice the ballroom doesn't make any sense and will make the rest of the White House look like a trailer attached to a big, ugly building. Number 3, it's dangerously exposed. The gaping hole in the White House could lead to all of its secrets leaking out. Or, at the very least, it would make it easier for spies to listen through the building's walls because there aren't any. Number 4, it has dangerous artifacts. No, I'm not talking about Warehouse 13-style cursed antique goods. I'm talking about all of the antiques that were in the East Wing that Trump will now try to sell. Because, let's face it, if it isn't nailed to the floor, the klepto king is going to try to find a way to profit from it. The only problem is that I'm willing to bet former occupants of the White House probably taped keys to the bottom of some clocks or wrote safe combinations under chair cushions that now may fall into the wrong hands and prompt them to break into the building late at night looking for answers. And the last thing that any of us wants is Nicolas Cage wandering through the people's house when he thinks we aren't looking. Number 5, it leaves El Jefe de Covfefe in danger. Yep, that's because there's a bunker underneath what used to be the East Wing, which is now exposed. The reason the plans are so half-assed, of course, is because the narcissist-in-chief knows there may come a day when he becomes so unpopular that he will have to seek refuge in that bunker. And he's also aware that he is so deeply unpopular that he'll need it to be extra secure to withstand the assaults of scorned, heavily armed MAGA members who realize they've been played for suckers. That's why I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and funny one.